We're starting out on the Shafer switchbacks. It's probably one of the most iconic features in the Canyonlands National Park near Moab, Utah. I've got Sterlyn Rigsby in front of me and his Kove 800, and we'll be following him down most of the trail. So what is Shafer switchbacks? Well, it's really steep, winding, hairpin turns, which descend around 1,400 feet from the top of the canyon here, which is Island in the Skies Mesa, and it is the entrance into this area. 800 is a great bike, super light, only about 400 pounds, 800 cc's, about 95 horsepower. You can tell during this entire ride how much more power this bike has than what I was riding, which is a 300 CRF Rally from Honda. So right now we're heading towards the White Rim Road, which is about a 100-mile loop through the canyon, which we did in one day. It took us about 6.5 hours. So this trail here we're on, the Shafer switchback, was originally used by the Native Americans to travel between the mesa up above here down to the Colorado River. In the early 1900s, ranchers drove livestock down this ridiculously treacherous path, and some animals actually fell to their deaths, which was my fear going down, that we would fall to our deaths in a lot of these narrow roads with no guardrails. During the 1950s, there was a uranium boom. The trail was widened to accommodate mining trucks, and you can see some of the scars when we go down where those where they cut into the sandstone, which in some areas are 500 feet thick. The switchbacks are pretty unforgiving and pretty thrilling. Again, it's a pretty narrow dirt road. Luckily, we didn't have any four-wheel drive vehicles really come up against us, so we had no problem. There were a few bicyclists, as you can see here, that we're able to share the road with. I'm happy this guy took the outside lane there. The full drive from Canyonlands to Moab, through the Shafer Trail and Potash Road, is only about 40 miles, and that only takes about 2 hours. One of the interesting facts about this area is the trail passes near Dead Horse Point, where Thelma and Louise film their famous flight into the air over that cliff. So we kind of traversed through the mountain here, back and forth. Probably one of the most interesting things is you constantly want to take your eye off the road, looking at the view. And as you can tell here, let's say this corner here, you don't want to pay too much attention to the beautiful canyon below. as it's a sheer drop down to the next level. We'll be making a turn here. We can actually see the drop off from above, which I imagine would be pretty painful. Again, Sterlyn's a little bit better at taking these corners than me, being a Baja World Champion. And his bike is definitely, even though it's probably about 100 pounds heavier, it's definitely a bit more capable than the CRF 300 Rally. Also, it's a twin cylinder, so it's a very smooth engine, where after 7 hours on the CRF, I can definitely feel it in my hands. That thumper puts up quite a bit of vibration over time. However, the 300 did fairly well. But look at that rock wall on the side, on the left there. Amazing. So top to bottom, I want to say it took us probably around 15 minutes to actually do the descent, and was particularly very happy and excited when we got to the bottom. And this is just the beginning of the White Rim ride. I think in retrospect I could have just went back up and driven to the nearest pub and been happy with the day, but this was pretty exhilarating. There are still excellent climbs and views to come in the White Rim, but I gotta say, what a start to the ride on this one. So we're coming to the end of the ride for Shafer, and just the beginning of the rest of the trip, which was about 87 miles left, I believe, to our ride. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Talk to you later.